Hello, good morning, welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are tuning into this video, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I wanted to come on and talk to you all about something I've been seeing on my timeline a lot. Now, I've been around some of y'all long enough to see you cycling on and off of your diets, in and out of diet cycles, and all that kind of stuff, right? I've been seeing it a lot, and I actually saw it 3 times yesterday, which actually prompted me to want to do this particular live. I was going to put it off, but I want to do it today because you all are doing something that is absolutely keeping you in diet cycles. And I want to point it out to you because if you're doing it, I want you to stop. I don't just want you to stop for me, but I want you to stop for you. Like, I want you to stop so you can finally be able to create that consistency that you want to see in your healthier eating habits. So, these things that I have been seeing a lot of, I'm going to share with you. And I'm breaking this down and I'm calling this 3 highly ineffective habits of serial dieters. So if this sounds like something that you need, come on in and let's talk about it because I'm about to break it down for you. All right. Now, if you're not familiar with me, I am nutritionist Dani Taylor, and I work with women to help them eliminate overeating, feel good in their own body, and finally consistently eat healthier without sacrificing their happiness or good food. Okay. And one of the ways that I am able to do this is because everything that I do with my clients is customized to them. One of the things that I see in serial starters, right? These ineffective habits that some of you all are doing is you're starting to do plans that are sort of one size fits all, right? You're starting to jump into these diet cycles. This isn't even a part of what I'm breaking down today, but you start to jump into these diet cycles. So you start to jump into these diet programs that are one size fits all. And it's really holding you back seriously. Okay, so I want to get into this more, and I want to get into not just 3 things that you're doing that is keeping you stuck in these diet cycles, but also 3 ways for you to adjust that and shift that so you can finally start being an effective habit shifter and getting into some consistently healthier eating that doesn't sacrifice your good life. Okay, so before we get into that, if you have heard yourself in anything that I said, if you are a consistent dieter, if you know that, and by consistent dieter, I mean every other day you find yourself on a new diet. I don't mean you're sticking with it because it's likely not possible, okay? Unless that is your new way of eating, which is a conversation for another day. But if you know that you have been in diet cycles and you know that you've been a serial starter, you know that you've been on again, off again, and you're tired of it, you want to know what is keeping you stuck, definitely comment down in the comments and tag a friend, bring them on in to have this conversation. Yes, that is me. Girl, come watch because we're about to break it down for you, okay? So, one of the things that I have been realizing, there's like 3 or 4 ladies that I've been following who's connected with me here on Facebook, and I've seen you all, in and out of these different diet cycles. One of you started Whole 30, then you went vegan, then you went keto. Okay, I've been paying attention. I've been watching because not only do I watch the cycles of my clients, I watch the cycles of some of you ladies to help work through some of the things that you're doing too. Okay, now one of the things that I have noticed from a lot of you all who are continuously, on and off the diet cycles, and you're ready to start again. One of the things y'all dive right into, you're like, okay, I'm going in, I'm about to do a whole nother diet, and you don't really have a custom plan. You don't really know where this is going to fit into your lifestyle. You're like, okay, I need to make these changes. I'm all in, but you don't really know exactly step by step what to do. You jump in, you're like, okay, I'm going to the gym. The gym is supposed to help me lose weight, whatever. I'm going to now. I'm saying this because this is what a lot of people believe, but it's not true. Okay. But you go into it like, I'm going to the gym, whatever, y'all pray for me. I see it a lot. You probably see it too. You probably see a whole lot of women like, pray for me. I'm about to start this new. If you need prayer, okay, to go into creating your healthier lifestyle, something needs to shift. Something needs to shift. If you feel like you need God and everybody to come down and help you because it's about to be that serious of a struggle, something needs to shift, okay? Not saying that people don't, we can't use prayer on our journey because we can use prayer in all aspects of our lives, but it's the mindset that you're going into it with that idea of this is going to be hard. This is going to be a struggle. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Going into it in that space is something that's absolutely going to hold you back. I've seen a lot of it, and I want to dive into this a little bit more. Okay. So, again, comment in the comments if you have ever been in a space of, I'm about to dive into it. I'm about to go into this new thing, but you feel like, oh, I need prayer, or this is going to be a struggle, or this is going to be a problem. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I want you to comment below because I want you to know, and I want you to identify and see yourself in what I'm about to talk about because I don't want you to waste your time. Okay. So, going right into these three things that I want to break down for you. One of the things that you are doing that is a highly ineffective habit of a serial starter, not just on the back of diving into it as a struggle, but you are also ignoring the feedback that you and your body has in that particular journey. And what that looks like for most people is, one, you are absolutely ignoring your emotional feedback because you dive into diet cycles and you're doing things like forcing yourself to stick with restrictive eating habits. And then on the back end of that, when you find yourself overeating, especially those foods that you said that you weren't going to have, you start to beat yourself up and you start to just be like, oh, well, maybe there's something wrong with me. I'm kind of going into step two here too. I mean, part two here too. But you start to ignore your feedback along the journey. You start to ignore your body saying, this is not that satisfying. Can we have something else? You ignore those things. We have been conditioned for years and years and years to eat the way that we eat, and then a lot of us dive into these journeys like, okay, everything's going to change overnight, and you ignore your body's feedback and trying to help you actually make those changes. Your body is telling you, I'm not satisfied with you just eating rabbit food all day, right? I'm not satisfied with you just doing any of these particular food rules that you're trying to follow henceforth, and why it is hard for you to do it, okay? Not just your physical body not being satisfied, but your emotional health. You're not happy doing these things either. And a lot of people dive into their healthier journey just worrying about their physical body, right? They're working out, they're worrying about what they're eating and those kinds of, well, hopefully they're worried about what they're eating, but they don't pay attention to, are they emotionally satisfied and are they spiritually satisfied too? And that is a lot of what is holding you back. So if you are ignoring your feedback along the way of you creating these healthier habits in your lifestyle, then you're absolutely going to keep yourself stuck. Okay. So, one, stop ignoring your feedback. You're ignoring your feedback. That's what's keeping you stuck. So the flip side of that, how to do that, stop ignoring your feedback. If you feel like cutting out carbs completely, which you absolutely should not do, it just doesn't even make sense. But if you are following a diet that says you need to go low carb, you need to go serious low carb, cut out all of this stuff, and you're feeling like that's not the best thing for you, listen. Okay, listen. There's either one or two things that need to happen. You need to listen and make adjustments, or address the way that you are feeling, which we're about to get into that too. Okay, so that's number one. Stop ignoring your body's feedback. If you're not satisfied eating that particular way, figure it out. Figure out why. Do you need to change the way you're eating, or do you need to change the way you're looking at food? Something there needs to change. And a lot of us F up in this space. And I say us because I definitely effed up in this space when I first started. Um, a lot of us jump in and we're like, okay, we're going to make these changes. We're going to stick to this diet. And once we decide whatever the rules or restrictions are around that particular diet, we're like, okay, we're going to do that. And your body's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't feel like that. Can we do something different? But the whole time you're like, nope, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing. You're not satisfied, but you're trying to force yourself to keep going, all for the sake of you, being of weight physically. A lot of times we start these journeys worried about weight. So, keeping it real. A lot of times we are doing these things to make our bodies look and, feel physically a different way. However, you trying to force your body to do something without you creating that relationship where you're actually listening to your body's feedback is going to send you into that tailspin of rebellion where you're overeating. Okay, I've posted this before. I don't know where it came from. I read it. It's not something I came up with. But rules without relationship leads to rebellion. rules without relationship leads to rebellion. So if you want to jump into another diet cycle and give yourself all of these rules, but you don't want to create that relationship with your body where you're actually listening to the feedback and you're making changes based on that feedback, your body's gonna be like, F it, like she ain't listening to me, I ain't listening to her. We're gonna do what we want to do, right? Because your body is trying to keep you safe. And if your body has perceived that you're doing something that is unsafe for it, because you're doing things without communicating with your body, right? If your body has perceived that you're doing something against it, then it's going to work against you and your goals. Okay. So if you are ignoring your feedback along your journey to creating consistently healthier eating, then you are absolutely going to stay in these diet cycles as a serial dieter. Okay. That's number one. Number two is you are choosing self judgment over self awareness. And I talked about this a little bit, but I'm about to dive into it more because I see it so much. Instead of ladies stepping back and saying, okay, I made a mistake, this I'm just just quick side note, if you were talking to your child, this just made me think of me talking to Niall. If you don't know who Niall is, that's my 7 going on 70-year-old daughter. And we have these conversations where she'll mess up and she'll do things, and I look at her and it's okay, you made a mistake, we can do something different next time. Okay. And that puts her at ease. That allows her that space to be able to know, like, life is not over because I did something that didn't necessarily get me the outcome that I wanted to have. A lot of us need to take that approach when it comes to our health and wellness. Okay. Because a lot of us dive into it like, oh, you did something so bad, like terrible, you're trash, and start calling yourself all kinds of things. You choose the self-judgment route. So instead of you looking at that as an opportunity for you to learn what could be done different, you look at it as an opportunity for you to judge yourself, talk about how you lack self-discipline, how you're a oompa loompa and you're fat and you're all kinds of things that you are not. But what you do in those moments when you do choose self-judgment is you actually reinforce those things within yourself. So it actually prolongs your journey because it makes it harder for you to follow through and be able to create that consistency that you want to have. Okay. So the flip side of you choosing self-judgment over self-awareness is what? Choose to be aware. Just choose to be present. Choose to see everything as a lesson and an opportunity for you to do something different. If you said that you were going to eat a salad and you ate that salad, cheer yourself on because you did that, right? You did a thing that you said you were going to do and you stuck with that commitment. But on the back end of that, if you said you're going to have a salad and you found yourself eating a burger or something like that, be present. Be present enough in that moment to know that you chose against what you said that you were going to choose for. Okay, you're not going to beat yourself up. You're going to figure out why that happened. Was there something going on in that particular day that led to you doing that? Were you not prepared? What can be done differently so that you actually choose for what it is that you want to choose for the next time. Okay. So let's be mindful of these things. We do not need to be in a space of self judgment. It happened. Okay. What's next? What can we do differently to move in a direction that we want to move in? All right. And last but not least, if you are stuck in the space of being a serial dieter, you are also likely skipping over the mindset work. And I hinted at this a little bit too. But if you are diving into this, like all I need to do is focus on, working out and eating healthier, then you're likely setting yourself up for a little bit more obstacles too, because again, you have been conditioned. When you came into this world, you knew how to regulate your body. When you were a baby, you didn't need anybody to tell you to start crying so you can get some milk. Your body's like, okay, we're hungry, cry. Let's see who feeds us. And if they don't feed us, if they go for the pamper, keep crying because they're going to give us some food eventually, right? Your body knows how to communicate with you that it needs food or when it's satisfied. But over the years of being in school and being at work and our parents telling us that we needed to eat a certain amount or at a certain time, we got away from our body's natural cues. Okay. It just happened. It happened for everybody. It wasn't just you, love. Okay. It happened for all of us. But the flip side of that is stop trying to fight against that. Look at your conditioning and rewire that. Okay, if you were conditioned to believe that you needed to sit and finish a plate of food, which I posted about this not long ago and we had a good old chat about it. If you didn't see the post, go read it. But if you were conditioned to believe that you needed to eat a certain amount of food every single time that you sat down, sit down and check in with yourself about that condition. Is it still serving you? Okay, so if it isn't serving you, what can be true for you or what is true for you? Address those things so that you can also stop holding yourself back in those ways. Again, if you're somebody who's diving into this like, oh Lord, I need all the prayer, somebody pray for me, go call all the saints, okay? Because it's not about to happen. I know this is about to be a struggle. Address your mindset because health doesn't have to be hard. Your natural setting is good health. If we just stop making it hard, if we just stop including the bad stuff, it'll be easier for us. But there's a base that we need to get back to that lets us know that all of this is possible for us. For one, and for two, we can do this. Okay, we're capable, we're able, it is possible, and we are able to reframe our minds in a way that supports us. Because if your mindset where it was supported you, you would have the lifestyle that you wanted to have. And the back end of that support, this is one of the craziest things that people do, especially like my clients. I'm calling y'all out. Sorry. When people come to me and they're like, what do I need to do to help me do X, Y, and Z? The first 30 days now, I've changed this over the years, but the first 30 days now, we usually work on mindset stuff because if you address the mindset stuff first, everything else will start to fall into play. Of course, you got to learn, a little bit about food knowledge and things like that to help bring everything together for you. But if you start working on the mindset stuff first, your habits will start to fall in line with that, right? And one of the things that some of my clients tend to do is they're like, okay, well, yeah, she gave me this mindset stuff. She told me to say these affirmations, but I'm gonna wait until after the first 30 days to start saying, to get to the food knowledge part of things, because that's the part that they feel like they need. But truthfully, you'll realize this if you are like those people when they get to day 31 and they're like, well, damn, now I got to go back and actually do the mindset stuff, because the food stuff doesn't matter unless you have all of those pieces together, right? And I want to help you put those pieces together for you. If you found yourself being an ineffective serial dieter, then I absolutely want to support you. I want to help you get out of the space where you're ignoring the feedback from your body. And I want to help you to be able to tune into that, to know how to use that to help you create those consistently healthier habits. And I also want to help you to get out of the space of self-judgment. A lot of us do it. A lot of us have done it. It is absolutely holding you back if you do it. So if that is something that you do, I want to help you get away from that. And how I do that is sit down with you in a 30-minute food freedom consultation just to talk about what your specific goals are so we can break down your exact steps to help you get there, not from a space of just eat this, eat that, but well rounded. Look at your lifestyle, look at your goals, and how is everything going to be implemented in a way that supports you. Okay, if that is something that you want, that's something that you're interested in, click the link in the comments. It is bit.ly/, I'm ready Dani, and let's have a chat about what that would look like for you, what it looks like for you to actually do the mindset work that is going to support you and consistently eating healthier so you can get out of these ineffective habits that have kept you being a serial starter. All right, so if you know that you want that and you need that, go to the comments under this video and click the link bit.ly/, I'm ready Dani, and let's have a quick chat about that. Okay, it has been great. I hope this was helpful for you. Drop me some feedback in the comments. If this was something that was helpful for you, I would definitely want to do some more videos like this for you all. I will be talking to you all in the next video. We'll talk soon.